You have to find and locate your original state articles of organization or incorporation, which
that's a challenge.
May have disappeared 20 years ago.
So, a lot of times, yeah.
We could at least help you get those documents from the Department of State.
So with me in the studio today is Ben DeNault, CPA. Ben basically runs our entire accounting office at Stonehouse Tax Business and Municipal Accounting. He's the CEO and a lot of experience, and people just like you, Ben. You're just a likable guy.
Thanks.
So. But today we are talking about BOI, Beneficial Ownership Information, which any small business owner, many of them are getting notifications that they need to fill out this form. There's a process they need to do. So I know you're helping people through it. I think our accounting office is you've got a package that people can utilize.
Sure.
But before we go into details of that, Ben, tell us a little bit of background of why somebody has to fill out that form.
Yeah. So we've got the Corporate Transparency Act, and they're really the push is it's trying to flush out money laundering, drug trafficking, financial crimes, undisclosed foreign owners, all that stuff. They're trying to
very dark stuff.
Yeah, right. So they've been able to hide in the past with different LLC, shell companies, structures, just basically keep their name off all the paper, right?
Right.
So now the push is disclosing ownership is really the whole crux of the issue here is they're just trying to force disclosure of ownership.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So what is it that somebody has to do? There's some deadlines that just came through this year and through into January of next year. So how does that work?
Yeah. So if you were in existence already before 2024, you have until January 1st, 25 to report.
Okay.
But what's really important is if you're a new business owner and you just started something, you only have 90 days.
Okay.
And next year, in 2025, if you start a business, you only have 30 days. So it's really something that's becoming part of the corporate setup process.
Yep.
You start a business, you get your report back from your filed document back from the state, and then you need to go do your BOI report and disclose your beneficial owners.
Okay.
Yep.
And the reality is probably people can do this on their own, right? They don't need to hire someone to do it.
It's not an overly complicated process. You're not, trying to push a package and tell everybody that they have to have somebody do it for them. But a lot of people aren't comfortable doing this kind of thing.
Right.
You have to find and locate your original state articles of organization or incorporation, which
that's a challenge.
May have disappeared 20 years ago.
So, a lot of times, yeah.
We could at least help you get those documents from the Department of State or, show you where to go to order a new copy. But it's not, they're not asking for overly detailed information. It's ownership information, some driver's license information, and off you go. Yeah.
Okay. And so what are you offering through the Stonehouse offices to aid these folks in doing this?
Yeah, so we'll just do a package where if you've lost that state document, we'll order you a copy from the Department of State, and then we'll hop into FinCEN, which is the government website you use to file the report.
Okay.
That's kind of who's administering the whole thing. So Financial Crime Enforcement Network. So that's,
nice.
This is their project, so to speak. So we'll hop in.
Keeping us safe, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And we'll hop in and file the report for you.
Okay.
With all that information gathered. Yep.
Okay. What is that going to run somebody?
$99.
Okay.
Yeah.
For Stonehouse clients or for everybody?
Anybody. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you can round up the information, it'll step up because the state's going to charge you I think it's $40 to order those forms. So if we have to order the forms, then we'll tack that on too. But yeah, pretty inexpensive package. Like I said, it's not overly complicated if you want to tackle it on your own. But if not, yeah, we'll be happy to help.
That's great. I love it because I think that just fits with our culture, right? There's a lot of stuff that clients that we work with, running a small business especially, they either do it on their own or they outsource it.
Yeah.
And either way, it should be easy for them to do it on their own, or it should be easy for them to outsource it. So you're providing a good solution, because I know a lot of folks that are like, this is over my head, or really, quite frankly, I don't want to spend any time on it. So, $99 is super fair.
Yeah. For some, anytime you're on a government website doing reporting, it's intimidating. Right?
It is.
So, and I can understand that. We've become desensitized because we do it every day. So if it's intimidating to you and you want some help with it, then we'll take care of it.
All right. Awesome. Anything else that people need to know about that?
No, not really. No.
Okay. So, real quick, if that's so this is a one-time thing, this is a repeating thing, right? Every year they're going to have to report this?
Not necessarily, no. So it's a one-time now to get yourself reported what your ownership is, and then you'll have to update if you have ownership changes. But it's not going to have to be done all the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll just have to follow the rules. So
yeah.
This year, there's a little bit of an exception, but going forward, it's basically if you're setting up a new entity, you're going to report this as part of that setup process. And
absolutely.
Then any changes going forward, you're going to have to report those.
Yeah. And if you're unsure, I mean, there's at least have a phone call with someone to see if you qualify before you blow it off, right? Because there are a slew of exemptions. It's mostly for large companies and already regulated companies like your own and the financial services. You know, you're regulated by the SEC. You don't have to do this.
Yeah, but strange because we have every other rule.
Yeah, right. That's why you don't have to do this, right?
Right.
You're having to disclose your ownership and all that stuff all the time already.
Yep.
But your small businesses, your corporations, your LLCs, your family partnerships, pretty much anything organized through Department of State will have to do this. And then there's like 23 exemptions, but you'll have to chat with somebody to see if you're exempt. And it's not necessarily just your ownership that has to report. There's the 25% is considered control for this, 25% ownership. But there's also, if you're able to exercise control in that you're like a decision-making officer, you may qualify as a beneficial owner. So
so you'd have to be on the list as well.
Yeah. All right. So you do need to. It's easy to do the reporting side, but you do need to understand who qualifies as a beneficial owner before you file the thing. So do your research, ask your CPA, ask your attorney, and reach out for help if you're not comfortable.
Okay, and we're Northeast PA, most of our client base, right? So you're telling me small business owners and a lot of folks with natural gas royalties with any sort of family partnership or anything like that susceptible to this. So great. And to get in touch with you is simply, well, I'm sure they'll put a link on this video, but phone number, website.
Yeah. So our website, StonehouseTaxandBusiness.com, and our phone
multiple phone numbers.
We've got a few.
Locations.
They're all on our website, but you Google us and you can call whichever office is closest to you, Towanda, Tunkhannock, or Montrose.
Great.
And you can find any of us there.
All right. So again, thank you very much, Ben. If you want to reach out and have your questions answered, Ben and our team at Stonehouse will be happy to help you. If you're working with a professional already you think can handle this, get in touch with him or her. And if you can't find the answers you want, let us give us a jingle and see if we can help you. We'd be happy to if we can. All right. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. Thanks, Bob.